any question right now, for those who are coming for the first time, you can type in and we'll try to answer it right now. So any meditation, there's so many styles and ways and flavors of meditation, and you can go with any or all of them. Well, going with all of them is impossible. You won't have the time for it based on the YouTube, etc. But any meditation is meant to take you to a place of peace. So the assumption is that you are not at peace right now, or there is some gap or hole or crack, or you just feel and know that the whole world is going through a COVID. So we are all connected. There's no right answer. If you are really fine and good and happy, you're sort of unconnected and disconnected, because there's so much amount of pain right now and it's in your face. It's not like you are in a castle, you are remote, isolated from the people. It's in your face. COVID is all around, and there are people. And apart from COVID, there's so many other things also. There's so many social tendencies which are just not, which are abnormal for our times. The people I was reading today who actually paid to get fake friends on the internet, and then the idea is that they become influencers and they will just go around, wear nice clothes and show to everyone what they're wearing, and hopefully that will inspire others. And these social influencers, sometimes they have some charisma and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just have a positive, sometimes they just have a nose or face which is more symmetrical, and people live such empty, desperate, and total, very, very superficial lives, that they start respecting someone on the YouTube who has got a symmetrical feature, or someone even might have made a lot of money, and people say, oh my God, this person is worthy of my respect. Why? You have to ask yourself, why do you select these attributes? You can respect everyone on the planet, but not at a cost of putting yourself down. Respect yourself and respect others, but don't. Okay, someone wants to join, but don't respect anyone or anything. Oh, there's so many people. So don't respect anything or everyone based on superficial criteria. Never ever put yourself down. If you put yourself down and it's your own judgment, it's almost impossible to correct the situation. If someone else doesn't have a respect for you, that's okay. It's absolutely okay. That's absolutely normal. And it's even a requirement. Some people, when you get onto the path of meditation, and meditation, I'm not talking about the clinical meditation or the meditation of the people who extract the meditation techniques and call it hypnotism or some sort of therapy, and instead of breathing in and out, which does calm you down, they call it 1 2 3 or something, and then there is no spiritual evolution that is leading to true healing. Anyone who is today, who has joined today, I'll teach you energy, and you will become energy masters with some amount of practice and experience. Not a big deal. And you have to match it with your spiritual growth, so that even energy, you're above it. A lot of us in the group today, I can see, are energy healers and people who are very sensitive to energy, and it's okay. But energy is also not the parameter of what your aim be. Your aim is going to be respecting yourself by leading a life of value. Leading a life of value does not mean whether you have sex or not, whether you drink or not drink, whether you have meat or not. Leading a life of value means that you do whatever it takes to ensure that others are as happy as they can be. As happy as they can be. And in the process, you are going to be the odd person out, because everyone is going to be, oh my God, we should have invested in Bitcoin. And that Bitcoin has become $50,000 now, and it used to be $200. And people are actually, no. This Bitcoin, if it makes you a millionaire, I won't buy it. Probably not, maybe, but theoretically, I won't buy it. I haven't been tempted, so I can really say no, but I'll give you the rationale. See, the currency of Bitcoin is unregulated, so it is used by drug pushers and for illegal activities, and that's why it's going up. And it is again, because there's no government even control over it, so there's no moral control over it. And anything immoral, even if it makes you a billionaire, will not make you happy. You are in this class because you feel a disconnect. You feel that you need to improve something. How is having all this money, even if you had invested in Bitcoin and that is sponsored by by criminals, how will that make you happy? It is an absolute myth that happiness and being rich go together. Especially happiness which seems to be generated by immoral means, whether it is, sometimes people come to me and, oh, we are going to invest in cannabis and all those things, etc. Yeah, but don't then be double-minded about being spiritual also, doing meditation also, and then making money by that. And I don't have any moral. If you do have that, like if you really are, even if you have to sell your body, you're a prostitute, and you are doing it to help someone, it's okay. But if you are doing it to make money, you're going to become depressed. That money will not bring you happiness. Happiness and joy, it will bring you satisfaction, but of a very super, at a level of ego ego gratification. I have this money, I can buy this, and it creates an illusion. Because most of the people that I know, they consider themselves to be poor. Everyone, each one of us is in North America with internet connection and a computer. You're not rushing to call yourself rich. Well, I can show you so many people who do not have, who cannot even imagine an internet. Because I'm from India, it's easy for me to imagine. So there are people who are so desperate and so poor that you are like a billionaire, not even a millionaire. And probably you have got things which are not really tangible. You got freedom. If someone says something, you can sue or do something. You're respected, etc. And a lot of things for you. But in North America, no one feels themselves to be rich because we are always comparing our what car we are having with the luxury cars of the Ferrari or the Bentley, and even those who are having Bentley are comparing their other cars with the other extreme, the other high-end cars. So it is unending. The rich people do not cause themselves to be rich because when you start talking about money, you're immediately going to be comparing yourself. The moment you compare yourself, you have lost it. I can guarantee you that. Check out in your life. Till the time you don't compare your life, you're happy. Till the only time that the moment you start comparing what you have with someone else, even if you're comparing with someone who has less, after some time you'll start comparing with someone who seems to be having more. So in the world of money, there's a huge disproportion. They say that I was reading that 90% of people in India have less than the lowest 10% America have. 90% have lowest 10%. So the poverty in India is unimaginable. So do you think that God created a world in which he created all these money contrasts, etc.? No. Money contrasts are created by people looking for happiness in money. And we had all come to this planet with the same potential and access to abundance. But the abundance is reflected in two levels. The minimum that everyone needs, everyone has, is air, and it's not really air. We'll start an imagination game because I wanted to teach you energy. We will start imaginary game. So the first thing is everyone has enough of. The barest what we need is energy in form of air, sun. We have abundance of, and you may have nothing, but you can have abundance of energy flowing through you. And we'll get to that. And you will understand it and you will become proficient in it. And if you want to practice more, the more proficiency you want, the more you practice. And the second is abundance of the spirit. Spiritual wealth is absolutely infinite and available to all. And the rich, even the materially rich, because of their focus being on material goods, you will find most of the time they are spiritually very, very weak, poor, and most of the time they might even be in a mode of compensation, like the paying money, the spending money on hospitals, etc. Today, the internet really seems to be the connection seems to be very shaky. So, the abundance that we are going to is spiritual abundance, in which the material money doesn't make any difference. And when you access spiritual abundance, you will feel that you are really, you will feel rich. You can have people with billions of dollars feeling miserable, but we will go to a place where you have money or you don't have money, but you will be feeling confident, rich, and joyous. That is the higher form of happiness. So there are lots of people, there are some new people today. One of the elements of the meditation that, since these meditations are meant to take you from this place where we are to the next level, You need to be grounded or to be holding on to something concrete. And since that concrete that is being offered through me, the universe, is a higher rung, is your own higher self inside you, you need a framework of belief. Belief, yes, because money is very powerful. Money and everything is, because you can touch, see, feel, buy things, etc. And you think that is happiness. When you go to the market, buy something, it releases some dopamine or something, you feel happy, and then it goes down, and then you have buyer's regret and all those things. But spiritual abundance will take you to a place where you become a joyous being, totally full of love and service. You can only give. Service is giving to others. You can only give when you know that it's infinite. If you will think, oh, I have $10 million and others around me have $100 million and this and that, you ultimately end up feeling poor. And that is why it's so difficult to extract any charity out of the rich people, because for them money is happiness. They don't feel they're happy. Same with thing in North America. People, our garbage is a high value commodity in the third world developing countries like Africa and other places. But we don't consider ourselves to be rich because we are in a comparison mode. We think that money brings that happiness, etc. No, being spiritual means, the first thing being spiritual means is that you start to understand things that you own or the rich people own or anyone owns. The things that you own, your car, your home, your even your relationships, etc., are the elements you don't own. Because even your car, you will die and the car will still be here, probably in some sort. Your house, which you think is yours, will die, the house will remain here. So whose is it? No. Does the house spend time thinking in its mind, I have so much amount of mortgage? No, you do it. So these things own us. That's the first thing you have to be knowing. So a rich people or a rich person, materially rich person, is owned by a lot of things. His bank account, the things, his clothes, his this and that, all these things, they own the person. So everything around. In our society, we start respecting people who have made money, and it's a very strange time. Elon Musk is considered a visionary, but 2 days ago, the world is in such a I would say very, very insecure place. He said one sentence with maybe around 7, 8 words. Oh, I think Bitcoin is, I think, overvalued. And his own company, which had invested in it, lost around 15 to $20 billion because of five words that he said. And this wasn't the first time. It had happened earlier also. One, he admitted, yes, I do smoke pot sometimes, and his stock market had crashed. Now his stock market is. So people's perception is that these guys are gods, but they're just people who are above, who are riding the wave of money, and you are even is, I would like to be riding that wave of money. No, you have your own wave. You have to respect your own life, your own wave. Just because people talk about someone doesn't mean that that person is a successful role model. Just because if you have like people paying for, then they pay to Indian programmers to get the botnets that create fake friends, etc., so that they influence, and then it's a very egoistical life that they're aiming for, that they will get up and they'll put themselves on the cam and they're selling whatever body images, etc. It's a completely empty life. Each one of you has got a child, each one of you, most of you have got a husband, each one of you has got a mother, father, society. There are three obligations that everyone is born with. We are also born with abundance, energy. That's why we are living. And energy is a blessing. That's it flows through us. But if we start to use this energy of our life for our own happiness, then we become the poorest of poor. When we use this energy of our life to make others happy, then automatically our heart opens up and we feel rich. Whether we have something or we don't have anything, doesn't matter. Whether we have millions of people following us on the, and whether we have photographs, people taking our photographs or not, doesn't matter. In New York, our world is so shallow right now. In New York, you can pay around $20,000 for an evening, and they will give you the whole celebrity experience along with fake people coming to ask you for your autographs and your paparazzi, and you're stepping out of the car and a lot of cameras are going on at the same, etc. So you can have that experience, but how does that make you, enrich you in your presence on this planet? This being on the planet is a huge gift, and anyone who uses it for their own personal happiness, no matter how much money they have or they don't have, is a poor person. Anyone who even does the free thing, which means even just blesses everyone else, wishes everyone else, prays for everyone else, and at some point even maybe give to charity. Great. Only the person who is spending something for others, his time, value, energy for others, has the joy of feeling abundance. Everyone else, if they have spent their whole life spending all day spent on making money, then you are thinking how to save money, then how to buy this, you are always going to be poor, because these things that you have bought and invested in owns you. Whatever owns you controls you. You have valuable time on this planet and you spent it on thinking about some thinking, then it's you who has made your own life poorer and a hell. But when you start finding at least 10-15 minutes, and we do it at 9 every day, just blessing everyone on the planet. It doesn't even need it. Just wish everyone on the planet and you will be saved from whatever sadness and depression. That is a guarantee. Depression can be really debilitating. It can make you unfunctional. There is also a light depression. It's a good depression, a depression which is born out of, oh, I have all these things, I still don't have happiness. Maybe the world is not what it seems to be. Maybe quantum mechanics, when it says that the whole world is all changing, the molecules are dancing, the atoms are dancing, but it seems to be everything is solid. Everything is dancing but me. So you don't dance at a level of heart. Well, the quantum and everything, deep knowledge about the atoms, etc., nothing is stable. The whole world is dancing. The universe is rotating in a waltz around the earth, around the sun, around other suns, unknown and unseen suns. Infinity of dances. And is your heart dancing? No. Probably no. If it is good, then you can take my place and be the teacher. And I don't have any. It doesn't matter who conveys it. So meditation is having a dancing heart which is born out of blessing others. That is a meditation. It takes you to a high place. All other things are superficial. All other techniques, breathing, this, inside, outside, doing yoga of your physical body, etc. Okay, that doesn't negate out, that supports. But the highest meditation is helping someone with something, starting with blessing from your heart. So everyone first recognizes, oh, I have a disconnect. There's so much, there's no right answer. If you say you're happy and joyous, how can that be? There's so many people dying, and even before COVID and after COVID, they were dying. There's so much amount of absurdity on the planet. How can you feel rational? And even if you were to be successful, if you were to be a CEO, CIO, there are other companies which would be making more, etc. And even if you were to be making a lot of money, if you were to be taking your interviews and autographs and something, and even if a lot of people want to be actors, when you go to Vegas or Los Angeles, which is, you see a lot of people who left normal lives to live a bohemian life, in which probably they saw a lot. That's okay. But then at the age of 40s and 50s, you don't have a skill set. You had risked it all to become an actress or something, did make some money, but it all went away. And you don't have a skill set, and you haven't served the society as you should have. And maybe you didn't recognize it, so it comes out to be the same. If you were working as a waitress in some place, Los Angeles, waiting to board yourself as an actress in waiting, then it's one thing. And if you saw as it is, oh, I'm bringing food to these people, and as a side effect, I get paid also, then your life is of service and you're just. The whole thing is about being aware of a blessing giving heart. And we think by accumulating things, etc., we become happy. No, because all those things end up here in our head, occupy the space which should be free, and our own controlled, and all these thoughts of things, they take over us, and we are in a mode of more and more and more. But when we become spiritually awakened, as we are planning to do, we become in touch with infinity, which lead to abundance. When you feel I just have this $100,000, then how can you give to anyone 10,000 or 20,000? But when it is $1 billion, a smiling heart, think of your smiling heart as a diamond, and you are going to give that away. Even if you give it, you feel, oh, I've got an infinity of a smiling inside me, and your heart will dance like the universe, because it will get into the rhythm of the whole rhythm with the whole dance. Dance is a rhythm in motion of electrons, atoms. Your heart, heartbeat of everyone on the planet, the heartbeat of the universe, the heartbeat of the creator, the heartbeat of the creator of creation. That is called synchronicity and resonance together. Things happening as if by random together. And resonance means it's the force that can destroy, even without anything, huge buildings. In states in the 1920s, there's a huge bridge that was constructed, and it suddenly fell, and people could not figure out how it was that this one bridge could not, which was supposed to be so robust and resilient, fell down. And you can check out the exact name on the state, it's there. And finally figured that there was a marching, and the marching steps created a vibration. That vibration matched with the vibration of the bridge, creating a bigger wave of oscillations, destroying the bridge. The march wasn't really violent. It just happened to be at the same frequency at which the bridge was there, the arcs and loops. So that oscillation creation, that pulsing heart of ours, when in pulse, when in rhythm with the universal rhythm of energy. Energy is a wave, comes and goes. With that huge, when your heart, the co-creator of whole creation, vibrates, and starts to vibrate with the same energy as the external, even the fictitious world. It is fictitious because it is always changing. The world is changing, everything is changing. The only thing usually doesn't change is the inner you. And something which we hope to change today is the way that you think. That's all. A small improvement in your this is bad, this I like, this I don't like. A small modification in that, and that's will create a revolution in guarantee. You think I'm using the word guarantee just like that? You can get in touch with me after a week of what I share, and if you don't like it, you can say, hey Tarun, I spent around like 1 hour the listening to you rant out, I talk about this, I don't feel happier, I feel wrong. I'll give you back your whatever you make on a per hour basis. No issues. Rather have that and have someone feeling that, oh, I got in touch with another person and I lost something, even if it's an hour of time. Is precious. So that's the level of confidence that I can say. Now, some of you are out here for the first time. So when we are climbing up, we need to be grounded and to be having a firm belief. Yes, there is something over out there. Money we can touch and feel, but the spirit things we can't really. So whatever is not in our senses, we and cannot be felt and controlled by our senses, we have a trouble believing that. So I'll tell you, each one of us, those who are with the new, the group will be praying for you, and I'll give you a couple of years or some time, and you might be in denial for 2 or 3 minutes, but that time which I'll for you, there'll be something at that time that would have created in your present today's personality. What is your personality? Just a collection of your thoughts, memories in the head, etc. So somewhere in the head will be thoughts that this should not have happened. And then after that thing, you had whatever had happened in the life, and you have to accept it gift. You had a judgment. So the group will tell you something about your life, not me, or together. And all you have to do is, it will be personal. It's your personal. We won't be, I'll say at this time something had happened. Probably give one keyword without knowing anything. You will have to send to be a healer. You first have to become healed. You cannot become a healer if you in your own body have got anger, pain, fear, etc. Then how can you be a healer? That's like being hypocritical, right? So you have to be a healer. There basically is what? A person with a dancing heart that is blessing others unconditionally. Once that happens, then you share your energy. You don't need to be together or pray. It's through a prayer. There is no limitation or restriction of human space. So that's how you become a healer. And some of you, I'm so glad, have friends reach out to you, and you become a healer by helping others. You close your eyes and you guide the other person in whichever way you can with prayer. And when you breathe in and out with any prayer, the other person feels the release of the stress, and sooner or later will come back, or maybe in denial for the first few days, but you have done that. That's all that it entails. So during the group meditation, the people who are coming for the first time, some year and some event will be told, and become fully healed, you send from your heart blessings to whatever had happened. That will release the blocked gray matter of judgments that we keep in our head and heart, that is stopping you from being a pure, loving self, fully integrated into your life and fully joyous of your particular specific gift of your mode of life, without any envy towards people that you have no knowledge of. Elon Musk, he is this. So how do you know that they are happy? How do you know? All of them, most of the North Americans are always, when you're rich, then you can be on drugs, etc. These are misuse and all that. So the point is that you have to become supreme giver of smiles, love, attention, things from your heart. That's what healing means. And to be able to do that, so that heart is healer, a smiling, dancing heart, you cannot have any bad judgment. Oh, why did this happen? Why did that happen? It happened because that's what you asked for. And that was what you decided as co-creator of the universe, that what you for your spiritual growth on this planet. So the relation didn't work out. So that's what you choose. The money that you made wasn't enough. So that's what you choose. Someone died. So that's the life that you choose, and that's what they choose. You become totally full of gratefulness, leading to a flow of grace through. Now, my second promise was intuition. First, we become full of grace by letting go of all our pain, fear, anger, and then we become intuitive. Okay. So, to start the exercise, we go back to the scriptures, we use the classical symbols, because you and I have had many lives, and we have had all different, we have tried and tested different religions in different countries, etc. So all the religions that the mankind believes in have got equal potency. Everything is controlled by your belief system. You believe in it, it will work. You don't believe in it, it won't work. This water is holy water. You think this is H2O, then it's H2O. You think this is holy water which will save you from vampires, then it's holy water. It's your belief power. So to get to a high level of belief power, that's why your past will be revealed to you, so that you have a moment of letting go, and with a firm belief that things which cannot be truly be explained, you climb from wherever you are to the next place where your heart is dancing and blessing others. Very simple. You may pray, you may not pray. But we are, as a group, are going to be praying, because these are classical ways of achieving communication and communion. Communication and communion means communication and becoming one. That's why people are so much, including us, are obsessed with sex. But what is it? Connecting, becoming one. And what do you love? The other person? No, the other person just has a body which you may think is beautiful, may not think is beautiful, whatever. But what two lovers are looking for in each other is actually they are seeing God in each other. If they are seeing God in each other, then that is just a connection and just animal level of kindle like sex, on which everyone is very, very depressed. I used to be so envious that people have kindred these days, and my generation just passed it over. And then I met people born it, and that everyone was depressed. So there are different things happening on the planet. So we are always looking for communion. And when you let go of your ego, which is basically just your thoughts and likes and dislikes, accept with gratitude all that has happened in your life, including the events that will come up, then that will enable you to feel the grace flowing through you. The flow of grace will make your heart become free, a dancing, smiling, loving heart, blessing everything and everyone. And when you are doing that, then you will feel energy is flowing. You will become an energy master. And when you are an energy master with a dancing, smiling heart, then you can open your intuition. Very simple technique. Okay. So, and especially as a group, we are going to be praying for It's such an absurd time. I just note that school kids who are in 11th, one Chinese girl committed suicide, and I know the blue school she is with, and they asked for us for praying. We are also praying for Alexa, and she has got depression, and those thoughts of depression become locked into her body. So the moment she just church depression start to break loose in different ways. So we are going to be, and we are going to be praying for everyone who has got some issues, and especially for the people who have suffered from COVID and all the people who are surrounding them. So sometimes the COVID person will come and live. And when was this planet not a time 85 plus year people were not dying at a higher rate? But the people who surround them are connected and become more fearful, become more isolated. And when we are isolated, our hearts don't dance. And even though I had been talking, through my physical words, you are letting go of the past, and every communication can become communion with God when you accept that we are surrounded only by godliness. And we let go of our judgment and ego. That is the barrier between the godliness inside and godliness around. So just closing your eyes gently, we go back to the scriptures and focusing into the center of the forehead. If you are a Christian, draw with your closed eyes a cross and feel the vibration of Amen, Amen, Amen. If you are a Muslim, then focus over out here and say Allah out. Just feel Allah, Allah, Allah. For this, you can go with Om Mani Padmeham and Buddha's face. So whatever religion you believe in, the core symbol of that, imagine that in the center of your forehead. Once you do that, because your powers of cognizance and your power of thinking, which is basically an attribute your consciousness, focuses and creates the symbol of God. It's like a fire inside you, burn your intellect and cleaning you up. So let the fire of that symbol with our own blessings clean out everything as your consciousness. When we think about sex, our lower organs get activated. So our thoughts rule body. So just in a similar way, just your body gets awakened with thoughts of rubbing your body with the other person, which is basically sex. Focus on awakening your spiritual energy so that you become activated and focusing and creating the symbol of God, center of your intellect, your intuition, where your third eye of intuition is. Creating that form creates, burns like a divine light, releasing from your head all the thoughts that kept you prisoner of the past, all the thoughts that kept you, so that you are becoming a vessel of spreading joy. Total attention in the center of the forehead. And I'm going to be using for the symbol of Om, which looks like a 3 with a tail to it. And as you focus on the center of the forehead, focus so deeply that you start to breathe in and out of the center of the forehead. Om Ami Allah. Ami Allah. Om Ami Allah. Om Ami Allah. As you breathe in through the center of the forehead, push the golden symbol of God back so that it is pushed to the center of your skull, where the pineal gland is, which is the highest form of your awakening. Om Ami Allah. Now we breathe in not only through our nose, but through the whole body. So as we breathe in, the whole is created by you. And you are semi-God within your body. You don't control how your stomach works or the heart works. Some you control. Now I want you to switch over to energy with a simple way. Breathe in, imagine that instead of air, you're breathing in the energy of the Lord, God, Creator, Allah, Shiv, Buddha, whichever name you want to give to your Creator. Om. So instead of air, right now your nostrils are also taking in energy, golden, white, or in the case of Islamic people, green light. Om Ami Allah. So the air that is going inside you is pure energy. Otherwise, you won't be on this planet. You will be on this planet just as a biological entity without any consciousness if you were to be living by oxygen. We are all living because of the divine energy surrounding inside and outside, separated with a thin veil of our ignorance. This ignorance is called Maya, the illusion that we are separated from God when everything, everyone is godliness. Focusing in the center of the forehead, breathing in and out pure energy. Oh, Ami Allah. As you focus onto the symbol of God and the breathing in and out, sometimes through the nose, sometimes through the center of the forehead, whichever way, lead the golden light of your pineal gland. As you focus, you are awakened. Just like, very crass example, just like sexual energy, you're thinking of sex, your thinking of the divine activates you in the same way and makes you alive, makes you come alive to your true calling on the planet. And as your intel or third intuition is awakened in the center of the forehead, it opens inside, sending a ray of light awake to the pineal gland, which lights up. Oh, light up. Ameen. Allah. The pineal gland in the center of your skull, in the center of the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere, so that the center light in your skull, with its very presence, removes all the dirt of past anger, pain, fear, so that you are totally fearless giver of life. And as you become a totally enlightened and awakened divine being, as your pineal gland is glowing with the power of Om, the divine vibrations and the knowledge that you are not by this oxygen, but living due to the grace of Lord flowing through you, you become awakened and enlightened in 1 second. As you will imagine, so it will be. If someone tells you you're happy, but you don't feel happy because you don't imagine you're not happy. So use your power of imagination to change energy inside you to be pure, divine, activating energy, awakening the pineal gland. Oh. Om, Amin, Allah. These are mystical vibrations capable of awakening you, of cleaning out, just like a lamp removes all darkness by its very presence. It doesn't not fight, it just removes. The same thing is happening inside each one of your head. The whole group, as your pineal gland is activated and lighted up, removing all pain, fear, anger from all your memories. Now they are each and every brain cell which has got memories of your past life, future concerns. Each and every brain cell is fully lighted golden light, removing all the toxic darkness. As your consciousness expands, because your gray cells which were keeping prisoner are now lighted up with golden light. As your head opens up with this infinity of conscious energy, your heart, which reflects the head. If your heart has got heavy thoughts, then the head is that the heart is closed. Your heart opens and starts to dance with the rhythm of Oh, Ameen, Allah. Oh, your heart vibration, you can feel it as a dance, so graceful like a waltz. Oh, Ameen, Allah. As your heart opens, you bless Kimberly, who's come for the first time, and she lets go of all anger at whatever happened 5 and 2 months ago. Something happened 5 years and 2 months ago in relationship, and she lets it go by sending gratitude to a tall person. Oh, Ameen, Allah. Ada has been angry at some sort of a discrimination she hit when she was 23 and a half, and at 17 and a half, whatever happened. You release all that anger and you gift only gratitude and blessings to the world if you want to be healed. Oh, and to you and Kimberly, and you are sending to whatever happened and whoever played any role in your life. Oh, me, Allah. Oh, Ameen, Allah. And Sania just had a 1 year and 4 months ago, something really disturbed her. And there are 3 people involved in that. So to become a healer, you send love to whatever happened 15, 16 months ago. Oh, the whole group sends to you. So the 3 people that we have new, we send to them, and they send to whatever happened in their life. And Amand. Oh. Now breathe in through the third eye, through the center of the Om. The mystic mantra now is Om Namah Shivaya. Om, you breathe in. Let open and dance. And Shivaya, you send grace, or rather you share yours, which is flowing through you. Gratitude, and bless everyone and everything with Shivaya. Om Namo Shivaya. Om, you breathe in through the third eye. Pretend that energy is going through you. Oh. Falling directly to your heart, because your pineal is already awake. It doesn't go up, it goes directly, falls down to your heart, and in your heart, the actual enlightenment is when you have temple of joy, a church of pure communion with God, a masjid of happiness and joy at being one with Allah. Om, breathe in. Om. Let it go to your heart. Namo. The heart blossoms and becomes in the center of that is a church, is a temple, is a masjid. And inside that temple, you are sitting inside that temple in the center of your heart, you are sitting inside the temple. You, not physical body. And Namo, you just open up. And from that temple, you radiate, becoming one with everything and everyone. Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Now the secret of intuition is within. But when you have to become intuitive, you need 3 things. You need your own knowledge. You will always find out when you will ask in the closer, why is it that you have this issue? You will always find out, but all you have to do is go into the deepest with Om Namo Shiva, go into the deepest part of your heart. Pretend you are in front of a TV, but an interactive TV which represents godliness. And you can ask them, why is this happening with me? Or why did that happen to me? You will get 1 second, 3 second snapshot, not a whole Hollywood movie, but you will get the answer. But before that, your intuition awaken, you have to pray so that you are pure and clean. Pure and clean doesn't mean that you have to take holy baths. It just means that you bless everyone with gratitude and blessings from your heart. That's how you become pure. Breathe in. Om Namo. Bless everything and everyone unconditionally, especially the people who have hurt you or the incidents that have made you seem small. Namo Shiva. Now, to become intuitive about the other person, you 3 things. You need your initial purity, of course, so that your heart is in a place of grace and wants to help the other person. But to have intuition, the other 2 things are, you need the permission of the other person, and that is very difficult. The other person to be able to say, oh, I need your help. Please help me. Our ego doesn't let us really ask for, especially for people. We can ask people for money, but it's rare, very difficult for our ego to even accept that there is something spiritual, and very difficult for us to say, no, we need help, some spiritual help. People would rather ask for $5, $10, money, what, time of the day, but they don't really ask for spirit, because every deep in our heart knows that we are eternal souls with abundance of spiritual power. But our personalities, which things are different. If personality thinks that you don't have spiritual power, then you don't have spiritual power. So that is what it means, that you have to remove your own, put up artificial barriers to your own spiritual growth. You have to use infinity of love, and as infinity of love, you have to see that if the other person is asking you for assistance or help, spiritual help especially, or is even coming to you with a depression problem or something, to become intuitive, you have to see that you are in their heart and they are in your heart. You cannot ask for something if you think that the other person is different. You have to awaken your intuition by seeing the bond between the two hearts making you one, and then you can find your intuition what is wrong with the other person. So in that moment, first you clean your heart with prayers. Your intention has to be not to be, oh, I want to look like those ESP people, or though about whom some YouTube program is there, and what will happen, and what will happen even if you had ESP and all that. What will happen? You still have to live and die. These things are irrational. Why do you need ESP when you can make a phone call? Or you can ask the other person. So be practical. You have to awaken your intuition to help others. So when the other person, you cannot do it if you think that the other person is different than you. Then you will just end up with whatever thoughts are in your head. I did meditation, and then the lady started to call me, I think my husband cheated on me because I think that. I said, so what? I can think that my wife ran away with an ape from the zoo. Doesn't mean that it's true. You don't value your thoughts, but when you are praying with someone, your heart has to open with so much of love and see that you and the person who is asking are not only connected but are one. Then you can access the clarity needed by that person, required by that person, ask for the soul of that person, so that it flows to you. You don't have to look for words. Whatever words are needed for the other person will flow through you. And sometimes the person will say, no, this was wrong. But the system of the universe is perfect. Whatever that person needs to be hearing from you, as long as your intention is not to, oh, I am so important, I have this intuition, I am going to be a great healer, etc. All things are just ego games. You have to take out yourself from this equation, this I, or, oh, I look good, bad. You just have to help the other person as if the other person, not only as the other person is a part of you, just you are a part of the person. So your hearts are connected. And then because you are praying and the other person may not be praying so much, then the words that the other person needs flow to you, and they may be true and they may not be true, but it's what that person needs for his or her spiritual growth, and most of the time they will be true. Om Namo Shiva. Oh. Om, everyone is breathing in through the nose, but seeing that the energy is flowing either through the third eye in center of the forehead, or in some of you through the crown of the head. Okay, the whole group, let's do it together. Now, Om, breathe in through the crown of the head, through the top part of your head. Om. Let it go to your heart. Your heart is a temple of pure service and joy to others. Namo. Namo means not me, not your egoistical self. Shivai, send it to Lena and her family. And whatever happened even 4 or 5 days ago, Om Namo, to each member of, to the husband, to her, to everyone in the family, so that they are as one unit, receiving the love and grace from us to Lena and from Lena to her family. Om Namo. And to everyone at her workplace, so that she is able to serve the universe. Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Sending to Lena all the success that she needs as a blessing and the ability to have patience till the time that she becomes again of service to the society. Om Namo Shiva. And they also have to imagine, they have order future right now by seeing themselves in 3 days to 3 weeks, totally fearless golden angels of love, light and laughter, serving others with prayers, with a dancing and smiling heart. Om Namo Shiva. Sending love, light and laughter to Galia and to her family, so that she can manage any disconnects in her family. Se problemi отношения со зятом там, se ti можешь решать или справляться. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. And feel how Gina wants to grow spiritual and be awakened with her intuition, so that she can connect with everything and everyone and help them with her own intuition. So we send to her and she sends to her family and whatever she thinks caused her any issues. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. We are sending loving energy to Laura. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Send love and healing to Chi, so that she can be the best mother and help others as much as she wants with her intuition and such. Oh, instead of intuition development, you can never say I. If you say, oh, my third eye is awakened, I am enlightened. So when you say that, it removes all your enlightenment. So you have to learn to function without any expectation of any gratitude or looking good or looking like this or nothing. Being a part of this process of spreading love is its payment. Om Namo. From the heart, send love to Kim again. Shiva. And so he sends love to all the father figures in her life. Om Namo Shiva. And Ira's all fears are released. And she is able to awaken her own intuition. You can use Jyotishi and astrology as toys to serve the universe. Your open heart with open intuition can use any tool to serve the universe. Om Namo Shiva. And sending and love Heather. Om Namo Shiva. Sonam needs the strength to work and with the relationships in the family. Om Namo. And Sonam still needs to release whatever incident happened 2 years and 4 months ago. Oh, a rejection. Om Namo Shiva. And Jay needs help in understanding whatever happened 6 months ago and also 6 years and 10 months ago. Oh, love with gratitude and see your heart as a golden light, receiving from the group and spreading to others. Oh, Namo Shiva. Sending love and healing energy that enables you to manage. Is Lucham Lubov, и ясность, и интуиция, как справляться со своими проблемами. О, for Luba. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo. And Julia has been feeling irritated, which is always hidden fears. So we send to you love so that you are fully reconciled and grateful for your new life. Oh, which has started just around 10 months or a year ago. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Sending love and laughter to Preeti, and so that she is successful in managing all her relationships. Om Namo Shiva. Sending love and laughter to Rita and daughter, and whoever is friends with her daughter. Om Namo Shiva. Sending love to Catherine and to her nephew Graham and an involved situation. Oh, so that everyone is able to manage the situation and go through it. Oh, the boy will stress, but that will enable the boy to become a better person. So we cannot avoid stress. Oh, Shiva. Aksana, so that she can become a teacher for others, continue to become a teacher for others. Oh, the key is always to have a dying, smiling, blessing heart. Because all the tragedies that happen, they happen in the world of the physical world. People die, people live. But in the spiritual world, you're always shining, and your soul never dies. Soul is a deeper level of state. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. And Ira and Max have requested to pray for the Chinese girl who committed suicide. Brianna. So we are all sending love to Brianna, who was a student in the 11th class. And you will feel that her soul was bullied, and it's more out of bullying and out of also family had a very harsh authoritarian climate to it. It's a traditional Chinese family and it's very strict. But they're very concerned. It's born out of love. They're very concerned that the girl can become North American, but the school is North American. And sometimes enough, any family, if there is money which is not honestly made, it creates its own vibrations in the children. Oh, without any judgment, send love to the family and to the soul of the girl. She's regretting what she did. Just feel it. Oh, Namo Shiva. Send love to Rose so that she can manage her physical health issues. Om Namo Shiva. And Morgan is reading and researching a lot so that she gets her own clarity and is able, you can read and research a lot, but more important, what clicks with your heart and what makes your heart open and more loving. That's the key. Om Namo Shiva. Oh. And Misty is sending love even to future friends and relationships and to her family and to whatever surrounds her, all the forces that surround. Oh Shiva. Neelam is sending to her professional work and to her family, husband, partner. Oh Namo Shiva. Heidi is sending love to her family as we send love to her, so that she is able to manage her diseases of the body. No matter what the body has, the heart can always smile and bless others. Oh, do you think that the gurus of India, they look like Schwarzenegger or something? No, they are old and frail, but they bless everyone, so they are more healthy. Your spiritual health is more important than your body health. Oh, and Julia's heart is already dancing, so you send love to all the father figures in your relationship, and you do have a relationship, so maintain it. But don't manipulate it, just be free. And then it has more of a chance of winning. Oh, Namo Shiva. And Samya has been told, but also 2 years and 2 months, 4 months, there has been able, she has to let go. Oh. And 17 years and 10 months also there is a conflict in her life. And feeling of this enough, not getting enough respect when she was 21. So all this is from the past and release now. As you speak gratitude to all the father figures and to all your friends, your mind becomes open, your consciousness opens up, and you are able to feel the energy of Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. You can also do Allah. You can do Ameen. You can use any prayers after which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on heaven as in earth. On this day, give us our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. Lead us from temptation, deliver from evil. For thine is the power, the glory, the kingdom. Hal just joined, so we will pray for his. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. So that is the basic technique. All the new people, you are getting the power of initiation, which means you imagine the symbol of cross, Om, or Allah in the center of your forehead. Breathing in and out, doing the mantra of Om, Ameen, or Allah with your breathing in. And there's no right or wrong, as long as you feel the synchronicity happening, the resonance happening. Om Shiva, Allah, or just Om, or Ameen, Ameen. Feel, breathe in and out, make it aligned so that it becomes the same vibration of your heartbeat. Your breathing controls your heartbeat, so that you know. If you're excited, your heart beats faster, your breathing fits, and everything is connected. So you breathe in out fully, and when with the breathing, your mind is open, or you can just take it to your level of your heart, and your heart also opens, your consciousness. Where from your heart, with Om Namo Shivaya, you start sending from your golden heart blessings to everything and everyone that has hurt you. And that changes your personality so that you start to think in a different way. And when you think in a different way, then you see that you are surrounded by a must. At times it is must. For example, COVID is a must blessing, but it is a blessing. Everything that is happening and that you cannot change is a blessing, including of COVID, including of deaths, including of pain, fear, anger. These are just emotions awakened inside you and thoughts that you have kept in your head. But by seeing everything that scares you as a blessing, your thinking, where there are gray cells in you, is totally golden. Your head is open. Your consciousness is not a prisoner of any restrictions. Your heart is open, and then you can bless others. And to become intuitive, you have to see that you and the other person who is allowing you to heal them are one, and you let the flow of clarity happen through you. Om Namo Shivaya, Om Namo Shivaya, Om Namo Shivaya. If you have any questions, it's already 10:30. If you have any questions, you can email or you can get in touch with me through and if you want, you can be part of the WhatsApp group. But our intention is not to become salesmen or salespeople for something. You do your, and as much as you do, you will get the benefit out of it. You have been initiated, which means you have the power to focus in the center of your heart or head. See the symbol of God, breathe in and out with Om Namah Shivaya, Ameen, Allah, Allah Akbar, Om Manipat, and spread love, spread love, spread love. And slowly, as you release, you become full of, you release your thoughts which had kept you a prisoner and kept you small. Your heart expands and your consciousness expands. you will awaken more and more these divine powers. Some will awaken intuition. Some will awaken the divine power to be smiling and blessing others. Whatever divine power, you will awaken it, and you will be able to live your life of value, helping others and feeling at all times connected, and always feeling that you have abundance of peace and gratitude flowing through you. Om Namah Shiva, Om Namah Shiva, Om Namah Shiva.